Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Carl Jung. You've been fed a myth. Society sold you a dream through movies, social media, even your own unchecked hopes that love should be easy, that a woman's charm or age equals readiness for a real partnership. But you felt the truth. You've dated someone who seems perfect on the outside but leaves you drained, confused, picking up pieces of a puzzle that never fits. You thought it was just a phase. It's not. It's a pattern, one Carl Jung exposed long ago, and no one prepared you for it. Why does her smile draw you in, only to leave you lost in her chaos? Why do you feel like you're carrying her emotions, her decisions, her life, while she floats through it all? Carl Jung named this the Puella Aeterna, the eternal girl. She's not just youthful or carefree, she's psychologically frozen, trapped in a world where life should be a fairy tale and someone else cleans up the mess. You've seen her indecision, her emotional storms that turn you into the bad guy for not fixing everything. You felt her dependence, mistaking it for love, and ended up exhausted. Jung's insight is sharp. Maturity isn't about age, it's about facing reality, owning your choices, and building inner strength. The Puella dodges this, hiding behind charm and fantasy. You weren't taught to spot this. Your parents didn't sit you down to explain why some women seem whole but crumble under pressure. Dating advice online? It's all surface level tricks, how to text, how to flirt, not the truth about psychological growth. Jung saw that while men might dodge maturity through rebellion, some women escape it through dreams and emotional neediness. The Puella doesn't face life's weight. She waits for you to carry it. And you've paid the price. Guilt for not being enough, confusion when her words don't match her actions, frustration when she won't step up. The hardest truth? You can't change her. If she clings to illusions, avoiding responsibility, no amount of love or effort will make her grow. Jung's wisdom cuts through. True maturity comes from integrating your conscious and unconscious, from embracing discomfort. The Puella resists this, and you're left holding the pieces. No one gave you the tools to see this pattern, not your friends, not society. But the truth is, a real relationship needs two adults, not one man carrying a girl who won't walk on her own. You felt her pull you into her world, her indecision that seems cute at first, her emotional waves that leave you to blame, her endless chase for thrills that never last. She jumps from one passion to another, one relationship to the next, always seeking magic, but never building anything real. This isn't just quirks or youth. Carl Jung called it a shield, a way to dodge the harder work of growing up. She's the Puella Aeterna, and her refusal to face life's truths traps you in her storm. Why do you keep losing yourself trying to hold her together? Why do you feel smaller, weaker, like you're fading while she stays the same? You thought loving her meant fixing her chaos, but Jung saw the truth. When you carry someone who won't grow, you shrink. You soften to avoid fights, you take on her emotions, you sacrifice your own clarity just to keep her steady. You think it's strength, but it's surrender. You're not her partner, you're her crutch. And the worst part? You didn't see it coming. No one told you that her playful charm hides a deeper refusal to face reality. A refusal Jung called avoiding individuation, the painful path to becoming whole. Jung warned that what you ignore in yourself or in her controls you. You're stuck in a cycle, drawn to the same patterns, the same draining relationships, hoping this time she'll change. She won't. Not until she faces her own truths. And it's not entirely her fault. Society shaped her, praised for beauty, not resilience, taught to charm, not to stand firm. Social media amplifies it, showcasing women who seem free, untouchable, perfect. Jung called this the persona, a mask she wears to hide the lack of inner strength. You see the mask and try to build a foundation for her, but you were never meant to. Your job isn't to save her, it's to save yourself from her illusion. If this contente makes sense to you, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Thank you. You've been captivated by her glow, her talk of freedom that masks a fear of growing up, her independence That's just a veil for chaos, her refusal to commit framed as chasing dreams. She seems alive, unbound, but Carl Jung saw the truth. The Puella Aeterna floats in a fantasy, endlessly chasing what could be while shunning the cost of real choices. She craves love's spark but flees its responsibilities, leaving you to bear the weight she avoids. You thought her fire was depth, but it's a mirage. Why did you pour so much into her chaos, believing it was love? Why do you feel drained, like you're fading while she drifts unchanged? You feel the sting of guilt, not because you weren't enough, but because you saw her as more than she was. Jung called this projection. You gave her chaos meaning, saw strength in her fragility, mistook her need for closeness. You thought you were building a bond, but you were filling a void. That wasn't love. It was a shared illusion, and you both played a part. Jung taught that when someone dodges their shadow, their flaws, their truths, you end up carrying it. She avoids her fears, so you become her anchor, her guide, her shield. You trade your peace to calm her storms, thinking it's what a man does. But Jung's truth is clear. If she hasn't faced her inner turmoil, you'll bear its weight. You thought a real man could lift her up, but she's not seeking a partner. She's seeking a savior. When you show up demanding accountability, she hesitates because a real relationship needs two adults, not one man propping up a girl lost in dreams. The realization hurts, but it's your way out. You kept chasing her potential, not her reality. You turned her dependence into devotion. Now you see, her charm hides a refusal to grow, and your efforts to fix her only wore you down. Jung's insight cuts deep. Unconsciousness creates imbalance. Stop seeing depth where there's none. Stop carrying her burdens. Your strength is for standing tall, not for saving her from herself. You're carrying a weight that was never yours, and it's breaking you. Every time you tried to love her, you ended up drained, angry, lost, resenting the emptiness she left behind. It wasn't just a breakup. It was exhaustion from pouring yourself into someone who wouldn't grow. The Puella Aeterna, as Carl Jung described her, doesn't climb toward adulthood. She clings to dreams, to youth, to the safety of being someone else's responsibility. You waited for her to step up, to meet you as an equal, but she never did. And deep down, you know you let it happen. Why did you keep holding on, hoping she'd change? Why did you sacrifice your own strength to prop up her fantasies? You're not weak. Nobody taught you to see through her charm. Jung's wisdom cuts to the core. Growth starts when you face the truths you've avoided. For her, that means confronting her shadow, her suppressed strength, her fear of standing alone. But for you, it's about clarity. You mistook her chaos for passion, her helplessness for love. You weren't just drawn to her. You were hooked on the idea of being her savior, the hero who'd fix her story. That need to rescue wasn't strength. It was a trap. Jung saw that men who don't face their own inner desires, for validation, for purpose, project them onto women who reflect that longing. You thought saving her would make you whole, but it only pulled you further from yourself. You lost your focus, your drive, trying to be what she needed, but she didn't need a hero. She needed to grow, and you couldn't make that happen. The truth Jung offers is your way out. Stop confusing her turmoil with depth. Stop seeing her dependence as devotion. You weren't built to carry someone who won't walk. Your strength is for building your own life, not for holding up hers. The moment you see this, the spell breaks. You're not to blame for her refusal to grow, but you are responsible for choosing to stay. You've been caught in a trap, not just by her, but by your own blind spots. You thought you could save a woman lost in fantasies, be her hero, but you lost yourself in her chaos. Carl Jung warned that if you don't face your anima, your inner emotional core, you'll chase women who mirror your unresolved desires. Her neediness, her endless dreams, her refusal to grow, they hooked you because they echoed something inside you. You weren't meant to fix her. You were meant to lead yourself, to choose reality over illusion. Why did you let her pull you down? Why did you tie your worth to being her savior? You made excuses. She's still finding her way. She's had a tough past, but Jung's truth is clear. She's not growing because she clings to comfort, not reality. True feminine strength isn't fragile. It's grounded, powerful, alive. A woman stuck in dreams offers only shadows, and staying with her will sap your purpose, your drive, until you're barely the man you could be. You're worth more than that. Jung's solution is individuation, becoming whole by facing your truths. That means seeing her for who she is, someone who hasn't faced herself, who lives for escape, not growth. It means walking away from her chaos, not out of spite, but because you value your own path. When you do, the fog clears. You feel free, maybe for the first time in years. You'll see her patterns, dodging responsibility, craving validation, mimicking adulthood, and you'll stop chasing what she'll never be. This is your moment to rise. Pain woke you up, but clarity will keep you free. You can't build a life with someone who avoids reality. Choose a woman who's faced her truths, who stands strong, who meets your strength. That's the only partner worth your time. If this struck a chord, keep it alive. Like this video, share it with a man who needs it, and subscribe to break the cycle. The truth is yours now. No excuses. This is your moment to grow.